Okay, we're on Chapter 10, Rational Equations and Applications. So this is 10.4, Revenue Problems, which is the last section in this chapter. So the revenue equation, we're looking at an amount, or basically a number of items, the value, which is the price per item, and a total in the normal formula, which is the amount times the value is equal to the total. Now in these problems, a person will buy a certain number of items for a certain price per item. And for this section, we're going to try to get our formula into the format. The value, or the price, which we kind of eventually switch it to, is equal to the total divided by the amount. Now we're going to be able to set up tables easily to do these kinds of problems again. And so, either we're going to buy and sell, or we're going to buy at one price, and then we have a buy at a different price kind of thing. And so we'll have the amount, we'll have the price, and the total value. And this is kind of the general formula that we're going to look at. Now each problem is going to be different just because of how they're set up. So let's look at our first one. So it says the number of men subscribed a certain amount to make up a deficit of $100, but 5 men failed to pay and thus increased the share of the others by $1 each. Find the amount that each man paid. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to set up our table, our A, and then our P, and then our T. Now the total deficit is going to be the same no matter if we went the original way or the other way. So we're going to have 100 is our total both ways. Now, the initial way, we don't know how many men were there, so we'll call that X. We don't know how much they paid, so we'll go ahead and keep that as the price P. But the next one says, what if 5 men failed to pay? So the number here was less by 5. So we're going to say that's X minus 5. And it says now the price increased per share by $1 each. So this went up by $1 per item. And now what we're going to do is we're going to do, like I said, we're going to solve for P. So we're solving for the second column again in this table like we have in the past. And so P is equal to 100 divided by X. And the second one, it's P plus 1 is equal to 100 divided by X minus 5. Okay, so those are the two table things, and this is what it looks like here. And remember, we've solved for P, so we can plug that in there. And when we do that, we have 100 over X plus 1 equals 100 over X minus 5. Now we're going to multiply by the LCD. Well, what is the LCD? Well, the LCD is X times X minus 5. So that's what we're going to multiply every term in this equation by. So when we multiply this times our first term, the x's cancel, so we're going to have 100 times x minus 5. Now here nothing cancels on the next one, so it's just going to be plus x times x minus 5. And the next one, the x minus 5's cancel, so we get 100x. Now we need to simplify and distribute and get rid of parentheses. So we'll get 100x minus 500, and then we'll have plus x squared minus 5x equals 100x. All right, so now, as we've seen in the past, if we have one thing on one side and also on the other, those are going to cancel. So we don't even have to worry about that, because if we subtract 100 from here and we subtract it from here, it just disappears on both sides. So we cancel it, and we're left with what's here. So we have x squared minus 5x minus 500 equals 0. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to factor 500 into two terms that multiply to 500, but when we subtract them, we get 5. So we're going to have x plus, we're going to have x minus. Now this is one where you just have to keep playing with the numbers. And so if we have 500, if we do say 50 and 10, well, that difference is 40, we need 5. So why don't we divide by 2 to make it just simpler here. So we divide that by 2, we get 25. Multiply that by 2, we get 20. Here the difference is 5, so that's what we need. We need a negative, so the larger one's 25, the smaller is 20. And so now we set each of these terms equal to 0. X plus 20 equals 0, and x minus 25 equals 0. Now when we do that, we get x is equal to a negative 20, and here we get x is equal to 25. Now the amount that each man paid, well, we need to know how many men paid, so they can't be negative. So we know 25 men paid, so X is 25 men, and they paid how much? Well, if we plug in our 25 here, 100 divided by 25 is $4. And so that's really all we need is the $4. But we had to get there by figuring out how many men there were in the initial number. Now we could do, subtract the 5 from it, and so then we know 20 we're going to be the actual ones that did it, and we're going to go up by $1, so it's going to be $5, and then that will get us the 100 that way. So that's the second line, but it only asks for that first line. All right, so this one, a dealer bought a number of sheep for $440, and after 5 had died, he sold the remainder at a profit of $2 each, making a profit of $60 total for the sheep. Now, what it says is, how many sheep did he originally purchase? Well, again, we're just going to set up our A, our P, and our T. Now, we bought him initially for $440. Now, if we make a profit of 60 plus 440, well, that's 500. Okay, so those two are our totals. Now, we don't know how many he bought, or they bought, and we don't know the price. So we'll use X and P like we did the last time. Now, it says after 5 died, he sold the rest. Well, after 5 died, we're going to have X minus 5 left over, and he's had to make a profit of $2 each, so P plus 2. And now we have our table set up, and again, we're just going to say, okay, well, now let's solve for that middle column. So P is equal to 440 divided by X, and then the next one, P plus 2 is equal to 500 divided by X minus 5. Now, we can go ahead and plug that in here again, and so we'll have 440 over X plus 2 equals 500 over X minus 5. Now we have to think about our LCD again. So let's write that up here. Well, the LCD is going to be X times X minus 5, the two denominators. The 2, remember, that's just going to be 2 over 1, so we don't have to worry about that. So we're going to multiply this by X times X minus 5. So when we do that, multiply the first term, the X's cancel, and we're going to get 440 times X minus 5. Plus, and so now we have the 2 times the X minus 5. And then the next one, X minus 5's cancel, so we get 500X on the right side. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to simplify, so we're going to distribute. So 440X minus, and then if we multiply that by 5, that's going to be 2200. Plus, now we have 2x times x is 2x squared, and then we have 2x times that's going to be minus 10x. That's equal to 500x. Okay. Now this time they don't cancel each way. So what we have to do is we have to take our 500x over here, 500x over here, and we subtract and do all that. So here we have 2x squared. Then we have 440 minus 500 minus 10, and so that's going to give us a minus 70x, and then we still have minus 2200 equals 0. Now I notice that there's a factor of 2 in all those, so to get rid of it, I'm going to multiply everything by 1/2. When I do that, I get x squared minus 35x minus 1100 equals 0, and now this is what I need to factor. All right, so 1100, well, if I take 11 and then, times 100, that will get me 1100, but that's a big difference there. All right, so what if we divide this one by, I don't know, let's get rid of it by 5. Let's start getting bigger values. So if we divide that by 5, what do we get? We get 20, and if we multiply that by 5, we get 55. And we're supposed to get 35. 55 minus 20 is 35, so that looks good. So we have x minus 55 and x plus 20. And so here x is equal to 55. Here x is equal to a negative 20. And we're not going to buy a negative amount of sheep, so this term is gone. So we know we bought x is equal to 55 sheep he purchased originally. Okay, and that's all they asked for. Now, of course, if you wanted to know what the amount he purchased them for was, you're going to take 440 divided by 55, and then P is going to be equal to $8 per sheep. Okay, so those would be all the key items that we would need. And then, if we subtract 5, we'd have 50 this line, and then this would be 10, and we get our 500 that way. Okay. What about the next one? So we have a clothier bought a lot of suits for $750. He sold all but 3 of them for $864, making a profit of $7 on each suit. How many suits did he buy? All right, so we're back to our A, our P, and our T. So initially he bought for $750 and then sold them for $864. So those are our two totals. And so that's what we know from the scratch. Now we don't know how many he bought and we don't know the price, but we know he sold all but 3. So here we're going to take and sell all but 3. And we're going to have to make a profit on each of them by 7. So it's going to be P plus 7. Okay. Now we do as we've been doing, solve for that middle column. And so P is equal to 750 over X, and P plus 7 is equal to 864 over X minus 3. Now again, we get to plug this in here, and so we get 750 over X plus 7 equals our 864 over X minus 3. Now we're going to multiply by the LCD, and what is our LCD? Well, that's going to be X times X minus 3. Now we take that times each term. Now the first one, the X's cancel, so we have X minus 3. Now the next one, it's all there, so we have 7X times X minus 3. And then the next one, X minus 3 is cancel, so we get 864X. Okay. Now we need to distribute, get rid of parentheses, so that gives us 750X minus, and that's going to be 2250 plus 7X squared minus 21X equals 864X. Now both sides are not equal, so we actually have to take and subtract 864 from both sides. Now when we do that, we get 0 over here. On the left, we get 7x squared, and then we get minus 135x, and then we get our minus 2250. Okay. Now, here what we have to do is we have to kind of figure out what factors are going to work, because I don't think 2250 is divisible by 7. Nope. And so we have to have a 7x. We have an x. Now we have to kind of figure out those factors of 2250. So 2250. Let's try, how about 2250 divided by 15. And so that's going to be 15 and 150. Now we need to take 7 times 15, that's 105, minus 150, that's not 135. What if we take, divide this by 2 to make it even, so that's going to be 75, multiply that by 2, that's 30. So now if we take 7 times 30, which is a smaller one, and subtract our 75, we get 135, so that works. And so this one is going to be plus 75, because we want the larger one to be negative. Now we set each of these equal to 0, and on the left, when we do that, we get x equals negative 75 over 7. On the right one here, we get x equals 30. Well, again, we're not going to have negative suits we bought. We're going to have positive. So x is equal to 30 suits bought. And so that's all it really asks for, but we can take our 750 divided by our 30, and we find out that our P is equal to $25 per suit that they bought. So those are the two possible key items they might want. Now, if they subtracted 3, then that'd be 27. Added 7, that'd be 32, and then we'll get our 864. All right, let's do one more for this part of the video. So here we have total expenses of a camping party were $72. If there had been 3 fewer persons in the party, it would have cost each person $2 more than it did. How many people were in the party and how much did it cost each one? Well, here our A, our P, and our T, this time our total is going to stay the same because we kept 72. All we did was we changed how much each paid. Now we don't know this and we don't know this. We'll put X and P. But we know there was 3 fewer people on the second patch, so X minus 3. And we know that each one's going to have to pay $2 more, so P plus 2. Now again, we solve for that middle column. So the first one is going to be 72 over X. The second one is going to be P plus 2 equals 72 over X minus 3. And as we've been doing, we get to plug that in there. And so we get 72 over X plus 2 equals 72 over X minus 3. Now what is our LCD? Well, that's X times X minus 3. And so we'll multiply each term by that. Now when we do the first one, the x's cancel, we get X minus 3. And then we have plus 2 times X minus 3 and equals, now this X minus 3 cancels and we get 72X. So now getting rid of the parentheses, we distribute. And so multiply that, it's going to be 216, then 2x squared, then minus 6x equals 72. And now this time we have something that, is same on both sides, so we can cancel those out. And so that leaves 2x squared minus 6x minus 216 equals 0. Now all of them have a factor of 2, so if I multiply by 2, I get x squared and then minus 3x, and then I'll get minus 108 equals 0. And now I can go ahead and factor that. So I'm going to look for 2 factors that are going to multiply to 108, but when we subtract them, we get 3. So it's divisible by 9. So let's see, 108 and 9 times 1, 2, 12. 12 minus 9 is 3, so that will work. So let's say x plus 9, x minus 12. Now we set that equal to 0 for each of the factors. In this one, we get x equals negative 9. Here we get x equals 12. Well, we can't have negative 9 people, but we can have x equals 12 people at the party. And it cost each of them, well, 72 divided by the 12 is going to be $6 per person. And those are, again, the 2 key items that they asked for. Now, if we did the second one, 12 minus 3 is 9, 6 plus 2 is 8, and then we'll still get the 72. But this is what they were looking for. Okay, so that's going to be the first part of the video. I'll make a second part in a bit.